excited to meet all of you and introduce the Japan Career Program. So, this is a program that CodeTots has designed for the students that are currently studying in India in the right field of education to actually get a chance and opportunity to work in Japan. Okay, so as we are all studying, our final goal would be to get placed properly, to have a good salary, and work towards a very stable future. And this is definitely one opportunity that you can grab and do alongside your studies that you have currently going on to actually be prepared to have opportunities in Japan. Okay, so let's talk about why we should be considering a career in Japan. So I know that many students over here might be interested in moving abroad and visit maybe Europe or America. But as we all know that Japan is on top of technology always. Right, they're always innovating something new. They're working with technology of the highest capacities. So Japan has a very shrinking population. That means that we have a lot of elderly people in Japan, which have a lot of experience. But similarly, they're looking for younger students like you all who can actually come and take off on posts in Japan itself. Okay, so more and more positions are opening to foreign students, and in this case, that would be all of you students that are currently in India. Okay, so we have a requirement of 250,000 engineers by 2025. So if you think that, is Japan there? Does it have options for me? Well, it definitely has, because they have a huge requirement for engineers to come and work in Japan. So Japan, as we all know, is known for its high-tech technology. They're always on top of innovation, and they have the requirement for students that are going to facilitate this innovation, who can really work together with technology and engineers hand in hand. So if you have a bachelor's degree, like you're getting it right now, you can actually look at a salary of around 30 lakhs to 60 lakhs. Okay, so the salary annually starting is great. So this would be an excellent opportunity for you to step into your career and get placed in the right direction. Now, how we are going to do this? So there are a couple of steps that we, together with you all, will be taking to make sure that you're fit to be able to join and start working in Japan. So it's going to be very simple, and we have simplified this process. And CodeDot is very, very excited to take all of you on board. So there are four key features that the Japan Career Program is going to focus on. Now, the first one is Japan language proficiency. So, whenever somebody from outside comes to work in India, speaking Hindi would be a good advantage because many people speak Hindi. So, similarly, when you go to Japan, knowing some Japanese and being able to communicate in the native language will give you a good benefit. Okay, so we are going to focus on learning the language and get a proficiency in the Japanese language. Now, you might think this is a little bit scary, but we have streamlined and designed a program which will make this very, very easy. Okay, it will give your students a good understanding of the language, and you will be able to give the exams and give the tests for this particular language. I will tell you more about this in a minute. Then we are going to have an exchange program with the Japanese universities. Now, here you will be expanding your employment opportunities, experience the Japanese style of education, and make lots of friends. Okay, Shreya over here, she always tells me that networking is key, and this will be an excellent opportunity for you to network across the borders and actually meet a lot of employees and students and companies. Afterwards, we are looking at a youth, so Sustainable Development Goals Summit, the SDGs. Here you will be interacting and learning with Japanese professionals. Okay, so we are really empowering. So we are the youth, not only of India, but the youth of the world. Okay, so we are globally going to create sustainable solutions for living. So Japan is already focusing on this, on a larger scale, and even India is taking a lot of initiatives to live in a more sustainable way. So you can be part of this growth as well. And then afterwards, we will be looking at the Japan education tour. So here we are going to study the work culture, the Japanese philosophy. So you will have the opportunity to actually unlock all these possibilities by physically visiting Japan. And we will be guiding you and helping you out with the entire process. Okay, so the first one is, which is very important and something that takes a little bit more time, but it can be done as we are studying right now. So this is the JLPT. So this is the the Japanese Language Proficiency Test. Okay, so this is a test that is designed by the Japanese government, so we need to actually learn the language. Okay, so it is pretty standardized that we need to, confirm if the students have the ability to speak the Japanese language. So the JLPT will actually cover the basic knowledge like reading, speaking, listening, and so on. Okay, so just like we learn any basic language, JLPT will be doing the same thing but learning the Japanese language. Okay, so there are multiple levels when it comes to JLPT. Okay, we are looking at N1, N2, N3, N4, and N5. And N5 is the basics. Okay, it's the not, I wouldn't say the lowest level, but it's the simplest form of Japanese. Okay, and N1 is the most challenging. So we will be helping you to slowly build on and move from N5 all the way to N2. N2, and if you're very interested and want to be a native speaker, then even N1. Okay, so they will provide you with certifications. We will be valid all across the world. Okay, so, some of the things, let me give you a brief because you might be hearing JLPT for the first time. So, Japan Language Proficiency Test, we will be looking at the basics. So, like I said, the level of N5 is what we are going to start with. These are just the basics. Here, we're going to learn 100 kanjis, the characters. We will learn a little bit about the basics of reading and pronunciation of 400 to 500 basic words. Okay. And as you move forward, you will go to N4, where you will look at your listening abilities as well, and you will be able to communicate with people in Japan. And N3, where you can listen, read, and comprehend larger and more detailed conversations in your everyday life. And we are slowly, as you can see, building up on the kanjis as well, which are the characters here. So 600 to 700 kanjis, okay, the Chinese characters. Then we are going to look at 3,000 to 400 Japanese words as we move on. So, this is a very slow and steady progress that we are going to make. And this is native, which is level one, which is the highest. Okay, here you're an expert in Japanese, but we are more targeting towards N2 to reach this particular level. Okay, now to make this possible, we have launched an application, okay, which is going to help you comprehend the language much better and be allowing you to speak and learn the language. We will be giving you more details about that once you sign up. And similarly, we will be providing you with the classes as well. So the exam dates for JLPT. So if you're really interested in, in a future in Japan, or at least starting to work out in Japan, you know, the exams are held twice a year. So the best way would be to actually start preparing from today. So or start preparing as soon as possible. Okay. And then the exams are held twice a year. So we have it in July and in December. Okay. And these are the countries in India as well. This exam is going to be conducted. Okay. And the period for this application will be there in March until April. And then for the July examinations, and around early August until December for September for the December exams. So we will be preparing you accordingly to be able to appear for these tests. Now, if you prepare really well, these will be very simple for you to crack. Okay. And with the facilities that we will provide, it will be very easy for you to do it if you're dedicated. Yeah. Now, the exam format is very simple for the JLPT. It's a MCQ, or multiple choice computer scored answers. Okay, so I'm sure all of you will be very familiar with MCQs and writing answers. So this will be nothing different. Okay, so it's comprised of 180 marks for N1 and to N3. And the tests are then divided into major sections, which are very similar to reading, vocabulary, and grammar, and listening as well. And as we move on, it will become more detailed. All right. Now, the second one is our Japan Tech Student Exchange Program, where you will have the opportunity to meet Japanese students and have a really fun exchange program with them. And here you're going to experience different education system, and you can have a great advantage in the job market because of the interaction that you will have. And you will become more globally aware, and you can start looking for jobs, prepare for interviews, and get a lot of practical knowledge that we might not always get from books that we study from. And it will, of course, help you build a global network. So, everybody who participates, there is a certification program which will be given to you by Code Dots, which will give you and advancement in your career as well as you move forward. All right. So now the Youth and the Sustainable Development Goals Summit. Now, this is an excellent opportunity for you to participate and empower the young people, not just in India, but globally, and actually create sustainable solutions. The future is all going to be about sustainability. Okay. It's not just today, but the future is going to be more and more important. And Code Thoughts is very excited about this initiative and will actually bring Japan's leading voices together to work with you and elaborate on work cultures, philosophies, and lifestyles. Okay, so we will really focus on maximizing your learning, but also, holistically help you develop and have relevant insight on many things. Now, the Japan educational tour is the fourth step, which is the most exciting one, in my opinion, because we actually get the chance to pack our bags and actually visit Japan. And this is an excellent opportunity for students that are really interested to actually study abroad, okay, or work in Japan. So here we are going to be looking at the education tour, which will be the GGPA. So as a student, do you have the growth mindset? Are you interested in growing? And, do you have a global perspective? Are you willing to learn the global perspective? Are you willing to develop personally? And do you have an action and impact mindset? Because in Japan, they are really looking for students or employees that are really, really, motivated and interested in working in these areas. So when students go beyond the classrooms, they actually have the potential to unlock so many capabilities, and you will be the perfect fit, okay, to actually work on your future over here. So the timeline for the Japan Career Program is we must start in July 2023 with JLPT N5. Okay, so we still have a bit of time where we can start working on the basics. Then we move on to JLPT N4, N3, and N2. Okay, similarly, at the same time, we will have a lot of interactions with Japanese professionals. We will also have a university exchange program, and then you will have your Japan visit where you will visit industries and you will be able to get placed. This is our final goal. So we start today to reach here. Okay, so over here, so like you can see, these are some more of the details that we are looking at. You will be getting the details as well. So if you're interested in the Japanese course, so the first year, we are going to be looking at N5 and N4, and then the exchange program, the STG goals, and then the educational tour. And this will be conveyed by all the details will be given to you, and it will be conveyed by the institutes. Okay. So over here, actually the entire program is sponsored by the Japan India Women Forum. Okay, so the professors, the different lectures that will be given to you, everything is sponsored. The entire platform is sponsored. The application, everything, but there's a small registration fee that is applicable, which is of 2,000 rupees only. Okay. And this will be payable for code talks because this is just a registration fee that needs to be paid by the students. Okay. Further, everything is sponsored by the Japan India Women Forum. And if you're, of course, interested in the educational tour, that would be at the actual cost, but we will try and get here some sponsorships as well. But as for now, it will be the actual cost. And the application, you will be receiving a link from your coordinators later on, and if you're interested, you can you can register via there. So our team, let me quickly introduce you our very interesting and very excited team. Okay, so we have over here the CEO of Round Corporation Limited, okay, of Hero Honda in India. He's a founder member. And we have Anjana Shimoda. And we have, this is our team. All the people are really excited to be part of this, movement from Japan to India and India to Japan. Okay. Now, this is our office. Our office is located in Yokohama, okay, which is 30 kilometers from Tokyo. And it is also the second largest city in Japan, okay, and it has a population of about 4 million. So you can see that with an aging population and with so many people that are there, you have excellent opportunities that are coming in, and especially in Yokohama as well. And it has the largest IT sector and foreign companies in this city. Okay, so probably when you visit Japan, you will have an opportunity to visit Yokohama as well. So Yokohama and Mumbai actually have a sister city agreement that was signed in 1965. So this only shows that there has been a lot of exchange between India and Japan over the years. So we as the youth of India would like to definitely continue doing that. Okay. So Rabindranath Tagore and different Japanese scholars have also been visiting India over the last few years and since history. Okay, so Asia is one, and we are together really, really excited with Go Talks to spread the awareness on sustainable development as well.